Cartoons, the animated frontier. These are the voyages of the Cellcast podcast. Its continuing mission to explore strange new cartoons, to seek out new animation styles and new creative storytelling methods, to boldly go where so few ever go again.
Am I wrong? Okay. This podcast is a part of Christian Reek Central Network. Wrong. Hey, Scoop, what are you doing, man? I don't know. I'm supposed to be reading an ad. All right, hold on. Give me it. Okay.
All right. This podcast is part of the Christian Geek Central Network at ChristianGeekCentral.com.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Cellcast.
The animated series.
Joining me today is a man who just wants to drift along, Jacob.
Why, thank you. It's kind of comforting every once in a while just to cruise along. And I'd like to introduce our co-host, a man just like Lionel was just supposed to go pick up supplies. Welcome, Drew.
But I didn't have any money because apparently this Thundercat coin don't work no more.
Well, that's what happens when your kingdom collapses by a bunch of lizards.
True. Also, summer breeze making me smile.
Or
That's
some
why you're
breeze make me
drifting
feel
to.
fine.
Whatever the word, whatever the lyric
make
is.
me feel fine.
Either
Either
way,
way,
are you doing, Jacob?
Man, I am doing just drifting along. I feel great.
All right.
How about you?
Oh, fair to middling. Today we are reviewing Thundercats 2011 Season 1, The Duelist and the Drifter, which was Episode 8. Sorry, I wasn't scrolled up there like I should have been. Jacob, why don't you tell us a little bit about this episode?
All right, so Episode 8, The Duelist and the Drifter. Lionel travels into a nearby city to pick up supplies and enters a sword competition to earn money, which attracts the attention of a duelist looking to add to his sword collection.
Alrighty.
Oh, trivia. Of course. Hold on.
I'll do the trivia if you want me to.
I can do the trivia.
According to the crew blog, Jim Meskimen was incorrectly credited as Duelist, while Rob Paulson was incorrectly credited as the vendor. The crew members confirmed that the Duelist and vendor were actually voiced by Miguel Ferrer and Jim Meskimen. Originally, the story called for the Duelist to battle a father whom he kills to get his sword. His young son then picks up the father's sword up, charges at the Duelist, and gets killed as well. This scene was cut as they thought it would be too harsh for the show. The concept of the two can be found in Dan Norton's DeviantArt page, and that sounds suspiciously like the actual story behind Inigo Montoya in the Princess Bride.
It does.
Yeah.
And all I can say about that is that is double ouch.
Yes. In the episode, the Duelist was supposed to use the sword of Hatanzo against Lionel, but due to miscommunication with the animators, he used the wrong sword.
Oh.
That explains a lot.
It does.
Because I thought it was weird that we're just using rando sword.
Yeah.
Like, did he find another one that was better?
Who knows? He's defeated a lot of people.
I guess.
That's why they call him the ultimate duelist.
So, what do you think about this episode?
We gain a better understanding of the world.
Mm-hmm.
We get that Lion-O has to go get supplies, goes to this town, realizes that the currency of Thundera no longer works because it's now a debunked.
The country is gone.
The country's gone. Let's say that.
As far as we know, there's only 5 people left.
Yeah, there's only 5 people left. So what? And so now he has to figure out, what am I going to do? I got to pay for it somehow. Ooh, I'm a good swordsman. In air quotes.
He's got a good sword. Swordman, on the other hand.
Yeah, not so much. So there we get a greater understanding of the world, which is, this show has it's so amazing how the world building this show is. It's just amazing. good example of anybody who wants to try to do world building. It's just fantastic. The Duelist of this man who's apparently who has never been defeated
That we know of.
And then we get this
hasn't been defeated in at least 10 swords.
Yeah, exactly. And then we get the Drifter.
Yes.
This quite literally bunny who just floats across, floats along the wind.
Yeah.
It looks more of an annoyance, but then he turns out to be more like an Obi-Wan or a
pretty much.
Yeah. He gives Lionel a bunch of really good wisdom and ultimately builds or creates or forges Lionel a new sword because he got the Sword of Omens taken from him. Nice job, Lionel.
Yeah, good job, Lionel. And I'm still sitting there thinking, okay, how long did you work on that sword? A morning? Maybe? Yeah, I'm not surprised it broke.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just wondering if it was going to be one of those things where Lionel will fight with the sword, he beats the guy, and then immediately after the sword breaks. That would have been funny.
Yes.
But no, the sword breaks in the middle of the fight.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you still got half a sword there. Why don't you try taking him off with that?
Yeah.
Guess what? There's now shards. It'll hurt more.
Yeah. And plus, like, if he's disarmed, which he wasn't disarmed, be like,
Right.
after the sword came off, but he still has an edge.
Exactly. The only way he could have lost is if he had given up, which he was very close to doing. But
Yeah.
thankfully, the Drifter realized that and reminded him about, how the willow is weaker than other trees, but is used to bind those trees.
Yes.
Which is great when later on the guy's able to fight the guy with a sword with his little piece of grass.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, I don't think it works that way.
No, it doesn't. But it's cartoon logic. What do you expect?
I'll let it go because it was a cool moment.
It was a cool moment. Other than that, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's got a lot of character build for Lionel. We get to see more characters, more creatures of this world. And from the previous episode of Legacy,
yeah.
yeah, Legacy, we get more of the behind the background of how everything came about, and so we're starting to understand more of how everything works in this world. So I'm really enjoying this series so far.
We even get to see Tigra somehow bodge together a way to turn the book of Omens into a map.
Oh yeah, I love that.
And I'm looking at that going, how old is the Book of Omens? How do you know it's circuitry that is connected with magic?
Well,
how do you know any of this, Tigra?
Yeah,
was there a port on the back of it that you happened to be a standard that you could use? There's a lot of unanswered questions here. Cartoon logic. Let's move on.
Yes. Overall, it was a great episode. I thought it was enjoyable, and yeah, I really enjoyed this series. Too bad it's only one season.
Well, yeah, that is unfortunate, but
stupid toy sales,
stupid Cartoon Network.
Yeah, that is true.
Either way, join us next time when we jump into the episode Burbles.
Indeed.
Come, Jacob. We must prepare for next week.
Prepare for what, Drew?
The same thing we do every week, Jacob. Record a podcast.
Oh, boy.
So where can they find you, Jacob?
They can find me on Facebook at Jacob B. Heron and Jacob's Daily Art Corner, my personal art Facebook page. On Twitter at Jacob B. Heron. On Instagram at Jacob B. Heron. And on Letterboxd at Jacob Heron. Where can they find you, Drew?
You can find me on Facebook at Drew Dodgen. You can also find my Facebook page at Drew's Photo Bin, where I upload my photography. You can also follow me on Letterboxd at GGeorge759 and Twitter at GGeorge759. Where can they find us, Jacob?
You can also visit our website, thecellcast.podbean.com, where you will find every episode we released and links to listen to it on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Stitcher. Our RSS feed, if we aren't in your favorite podcast app directory, please share, review, and subscribe to us there and share us with your friends.
You will also find a link to our Facebook group, the Double Feature Podcast Community, where we talk about both animated and live-action movies. We share this with our other podcasts, which we do with Jacob's brother Jim at the Movie of the Week podcast, where we talk about live-action movies. You can also email us at thecellcastpodcast@gmail.com. Also, please like our page on Facebook. We try to post about upcoming movies. If you comment on that movie's post before we record, we'll read your comments in the episode. And remember, every time we say The Cellcast, that is with a single L. Okay, I think I got an intro for you.
Hold on, let me think. Let me recall this episode real fast.
It's the one where Usagi Yojimbo makes a sword for a giant cat.
Yeah, a giant cat. Okay, got it.
Ron Stoppable.
For Ron Stoppable. Yes, he does.
I was sitting there going, Will Friedle. We just reviewed something with Will Friedle in it. Oh, yes, KP.
Impossible.
Okay.
All right.
Woosah.
Okay. Starting in. Hello and welcome to another episode of The Cellcast.
The animated series.
Joining me today is a man who's just literally drifting along, Jacob.
Why did I see that coming? I knew you were going to say that. I was going to be like a man who's just drifting away. It's like, dang it, you monkey.
Why, that's what you picked?
That's what I picked.
I figured.
Great minds think alike, or like Jacob just thinks
or like minds think alike. I worry about my own.
Hold on, let me think.